guys listening me, please raise your hand. If you guys are listening me.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah,
Thank you very much. It's very nice to see you guys here. I was not expecting this event like that. You all guys make this event very, very interesting for me and for the community as well. As you guys know that the objective of this cafe is very interesting because we are here to work for the community during this period. So here for the purpose for hearing is to collect the ideas, especially applied research ideas related to different fields with relevant to the business organizations, with the other government sector institutes, government level and the individual levels issues to give the innovative ideas. And I'm very, very thankful to all the speakers for joining this session with very short notes and agreeing some their skills, ideas and knowledge for the learning of the students from the different and different fields of the studies. So here first very sad news I want to share with you guys. Our first speaker, Professor Dr. Devya Tamwar, is not here to attend the session because she has some sad event at his home. So 1 or 2 hours before I received her message regarding the non-availability of Professor Dr. Devya Tamwar. Maybe she will join us maybe later, but not sure. So today's sessions, I would like to ask all of you, how you guys, how are you feeling right now here, especially from the different countries, different people from the different the educational are here. And I hope this session will be very, very helpful for us to discuss the different scenarios and the events. So here I am going to share the screen with all you guys. And next we will start the regular process meeting. And all the students, first of all, I want to request to all the students who are here for the just as a listener of this session, just when the speaker will close his, then he or she can ask the question to the speaker. While giving her talk, please don't disturb the speaker. Once his talk will be completed, I will request to the participants, the students, if any of them will be interested to ask the question, he or she can. But during the talk, please don't interrupt the speaker. Thank you. And all the listeners, please off your mics, because there is a difference. Our session is disturbed due to the background voices. So here we are going to start officially with the permission of all the speakers this session.
तर उनला बेतनी आएको न लाइट लाग्यो
So here today in the first International Knowledge Cafe, the applied research ideas related to COVID-19. First session, as I discussed with you guys, because Professor Dr. Devya Tamar is not available due to some sad event. So I will request to Professor Dr. Andrea from Indonesia to start the talk. Before she start to talk with you guys, I want to discuss with you about the Professor Dr. Henry. She is very good teacher in the School of Business and Management Institute of Technology, Bandung, Indonesia, chairman of the Research Synergy Foundation. Her research interests are social entrepreneurship, social innovation, and knowledge management. She is very experienced researcher in her field, and today I hope she will share with you very novel ideas related to COVID-19 and with reference to his research areas. So with big hands, I request you, Professor Dr. Henry, to start his session.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. And also thank you for Dr. Bali for this cafe. This is very good idea to gather all the scholars from all around the world to discuss regarding with the pandemic effect and etc. So first of all, I would like to share my screen. Okay. I think the host cannot allow me to share the screen.
Okay,
Could you please to allow me? Okay.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Okay.
Now you can.
Yes. Now I can. And yeah, this is my screen regarding with my perspective based on my research interest, and also I will focusing about Islamic social enterprise because there are impact, especially in the financial sector, especially in Indonesia. Okay, sorry, it takes long. Okay, everyone, could you see my screen? Okay, thank you. So this is about how we try to concern regarding our problem surroundings. And then I'm focusing in Islamic social enterprise, and based on my research interests, I would focusing also in sustainable social innovations, because this is the way how we try to tackling the problems surround us regarding the pandemics. So this is a brief about my activities and about my professional experience and also my research interest. And Alhamdulillah, right now I'm also doing a lot of scientific forums, 100 conference since 2017 in many countries. And then right now I also am a lecturer and also visiting researchers and etc. And yeah, I would like to share regarding with the COVID impact, global impact of brief. in my perspective, and then also Indonesian outlook, and what's the impact in Indonesia, especially in the financial sector, and then how to tackle that with the sustainable social innovations. Okay, so as we know that this global crisis impacts, there are four things that happen right now. This is about economic shift, and this is emerge the risk. Then this is come from structural change, and then also there are sustainability setbacks, and it is also emerging the risk from starving process in every sectors. And then also there are societal anxieties regarding with everyone's think differently regarding with how to face the pandemic, and it could emerge risk from the social disruptions. And then also there are something then rising regarding with the technology, but it also could make any dependence, technology dependence, and also it could also emerge the risk regarding with abrupt adoptions. But in the other hand, even we have a challenge, but we also see there are still something that we can see this is could make us more resistant regarding with this crisis. So there are following the great lockdown, it could be the great transformation. So this is, we are on the process to great transformation, whatever it is. And yeah, everyone should gather, all of us, to make like decisions all around the world regarding with this moment. So I think this event also one of the form we try to concern about our surroundings. And then yeah, this is the map that I found from WHO. And then we already know that all country is already impacted by this virus. So this is really great things that we should anticipate. And all of our government, I think, it's like in Indonesia, there are preventive plan and also corrective plans that we try to make any to solve this kind of impact. And I have some perspective from some of scholars, and this is very good ones, and maybe all of you could also click on this one. This is about how we try to tackling this one with the period until 3 years ahead. And this video also discuss about we can tackling that by knowing about how virus behave, and then how society respond and behave, and economy effect, because all of this, it will be impact each other. So it's very good video. I cannot share it here because it takes maybe around 15 minutes. So you can just click it after this. And then this is about Indonesian outlook. Right now, because we know that the numbers of the people that already infected for this virus is growing increase, and then our economic growth is declining, it declines. And the first quarter is around 2.97. And then it will be predicted in the end of this year, it will be only to 2.3%. While when IMF reported is our global economic growth is predicted only in 3. So it means that all of country right now become decline in this economic growth. So this is also very big challenge to all of us. And then I would only focusing on financial institution. Actually, about Islamic social enterprise, maybe we can call financial institution, but this is faith-based financial institutions. And because most of them, because we are the most Muslim populations, so there are many of Islamic social enterprise. And then there are some problem here regarding with liquidity, regarding with revenue and capital, because most of them, their customer and also their beneficiary is small, medium, and micro enterprise. So right now, all the SMEs, all the enterprise also have a very huge impact regarding with the production, regarding with marketing and everything. So, and then the bank as like intermediary institutions, they have a lot of problem regarding with the liquidity, and it could be potentially will be eroded. And then if they have a lot of reserves, so it can be last longer, but how long they can still last longer. So I think this is about how all of the government, I think, have to solve this one. And in Indonesia itself is already solved this. And how about Islamic financial institution? Because we know that Islamic financial institution is based in the share profit. So while there are no income, so there is no profit to be shared. That is also the problem. And then, okay, so this is the solutions that we could share to all of you regarding with how social enterprise or financial institutions. In this case, Islamic financial institution is social enterprise, not enterprise. So I will share regarding with what's the difference between enterprise and social enterprise. Social enterprise and enterprise. So social entrepreneurship is actually fundamental activity is in dual motive, in profit motive and a social motive. So this is the differences. While the enterprise only in one motive, in profit motive, and social enterprise in dual motive, social and then profit. So this profit is to sustain their organization. Social is how they can taking care or pay it back to the society by doing business also. And then, yeah, this is the difference, the fundamental differences. There are social motive and also profit motive. And then this is the typology of social enterprise in Indonesia. It's already published in my research. They are at philanthropies. There are philanthropies here, and also there are enterprise. In the right side is enterprise, in the left side is philanthropies, mostly socially activism. And then in the middle is non-profit organizations, and then not-for-profit organizations. And in the middle is social enterprise. So there are two characters in social enterprise in Indonesia: non-profit organizations and then not-for-profit organizations. So Islamic financial institutions is in this not-for-profit institution. So for example, like cooperative and then microloans institutions is in here in this metric. And then this is about how social enterprise and then how social innovation should be embedded, because social enterprise is still enterprise. They should do innovations and how they could create the value, and then it's not only value but also the impact, because they have social motive. So what kind of impact that they should also create it from their value. So this is about how they identify the social problem and then they create the value with the society. So this is the time also for them to create to co-create value along with the society. Society here is their beneficiary actually. So this is about sustainable social innovations that I would like to share. Because we know that social problems everywhere right now, especially this pandemic, there are poverty, there are a lot of things regarding with the environment, regarding with the economic growth and etc. And then there are some people also will be impacted. especially the beneficiaries, and then especially the customer, especially the debitors or the small, medium, and enterprise that are being supported by social enterprise. So this is my model regarding with how they could create the value and with the society. When the Islamic social enterprise finding the social problem with their beneficiaries or with their customer, I mean here customer here is one of debitors, and then they find the opportunity recognition, how they try to do some of strategy or something like that, and then they try to collaborate idea generating with involving all the stakeholders as like government, as like industry, academia, and etc. And then after that they try to make any visibility and adjusting the capacity within organization and also outside organization. And then they try to implement that with the collaborations, and then they could create the value co-creation among stakeholders. So it will be having a very great impact if there are collaboration here. Okay, so this is about also the quadruple helix perspective, because I'm also involving 4 helixes: government, academia, community, and industry. Why academia? Because we as academia should also involving in this kind of problems. So in industry, because Islamic social enterprise is being supported by the bank or Apex. So the bank also giving support, full support to this Islamic social enterprise. And then the community here is also determine beneficiaries as like small, medium, micro enterprise. And then also the philanthropy organization that also could support them regarding with the social activism, social activity. And then also the central bank or government that give them a policy. So it is a kind of comprehensive solution from all helixes. And this is about our role, because I'm here as, so this is the way how we can share the benefit value, because we know that in my country, there are three key performance indicator for all of us, for all the lecturers in Indonesia. They should do publication, they should do lecturing, and also they should do community service. In this community service, they could help the beneficiaries. They could help the people that it have impact, and these people is also the beneficiaries of this social enterprise. And from that kind of activity, all the lecturers could also have an idea generations to get research or something like that. So from the phenomena of the social, when they found the social phenomena, and then they will found like research question, research idea, or something like that. So this is kind of how the academicians also could share their research to solve the problem or something like that. With they can doing like applied research or something like that. So there are mutual benefit where the academician having idea for the research, and then community, they also having power from us, support from us, from our knowledge, because we support them regarding with our knowledge, regarding with what we have. We could assist them. We could become enabler. We could also having a lot of program, because in community service we should do 3 things like this: enabling, empowering, and advocating. For example, advocating our small medium enterprise with the legal things like label, halal label, or something like that. So it should be done by us. And then after we know there are some problems, there are some challenge, so it could be also raising idea for research for our own. And then this is model collaborations that I try to involving all the helices, and it will be impacted to beneficiary, especially small medium enterprise, because beneficiary of Islamic social enterprise is small medium enterprise. This is the way how they hand in hand together, and then they could create the wider market like this. Okay, there are very long explanation for this one, and then I just skip it. And then they all could create wider market to increasing the revenue. And then because we have huge impact in everything, so we should also hand in hand to solve it. And then this is about the social value model creation for Islamic social enterprise is also already published in Springer. And this is the way how we try to all the beneficiaries, especially top of bottom people, because the beneficiary for the Islamic social enterprise, there are two kind of beneficiaries, top of bottom people and also small medium enterprise. So and also they have to kind of to kind of fund. It could come from the donations, and also it could come from the enterprising or unit business. So because they have internal funding and also external fundings, and they cannot also depends on the donations, because the donation sometimes is not really it's cannot definitely in amounts, so it could be less, it could be more than that they expect. So Islamic social enterprise should do like social innovation process, like how they can assess the need, what kind of unmet need in the top of bottom people, and also when we know that they need some programs, and then we try to involve another beneficiary, small medium enterprise, to get involved there. For example, regarding with the business in the small business for culinary, small business for the waste management or something like that. So this is how we try to involving all the beneficiaries from enterprise and also from top of bottom people. They come together to be involved in one programs, and then they could create value within. So this is about how social enterprise try to add the value to create the impact to both of their beneficiaries. And then conclusions at last, because we talk about Islamic social enterprise and entrepreneurship, based on the hadith of kindness and fa'umlina. So it's about how we should, as a social enterprise, how we should do like people developments and also spiritual developments. And then we know that every activity that we did is because of Allah. So that's why everything should be based on Allah ridho. So this is about how social enterprise should do. Not only doing enterprise, not only how they earn money, they earn profit and etc. But they also develop the people. They also empower the people, and then spiritually also should develop them. So this is the challenge for Islamic social enterprise right now, regarding with how they try to strengthen spiritually and also people surround them, beneficiary especially. So this is about the last of that, and then my presentation, because I only have 20 minutes, so I try to do it very fast, and then please feel free to have any question. Thank you. Okay, I already finished.
Okay, thank you very much.